Well, hey, it's a new week of our Lunch and Learns, Lunch and Grows, whatever you want to call them. We're so excited. We have a great lineup today. And of course, today we're starting with Kristen. And I've watched you for a long time. So I'm not new to you, but I am so excited for you to share with us for the next 30 minutes today. Everybody get your pen and paper ready. We are ready to roll. And I'm just going to turn it over to you. I will watch the chat. So if there's any questions that come up, we'll go over that at the end. Okay?
Awesome. Okay, I don't know why I thought I had an hour, but this is good. I just might talk fast to get everything out here. I'll condense it. Okay, so I have a couple topics. And the first one I want to talk about is limiting beliefs. So limiting beliefs has kind of just been on my mind. We talk about them in our team. I have been watching the Eric Worre GoPro recruiting challenge. I don't know if anybody else has been watching that. Put it in the chat. Let me know if you are a part of the Eric Worre GoPro 7-day recruiting challenge. If you're not, what it means, Eric Worre, he's like the godfather of network marketing. Like the man has been in the industry for at least 30 years. He knows what he's talking about. He wrote the book GoPro. Listen to the audio. It is one of the first books I listened to when I got started with Lavelle, and it totally changed my mindset to be doing this as a hobby to an actual business owner. And so with that mindset shift comes those limiting beliefs that are going to pop up. And it's like that little guy on your shoulder that's so annoying, telling you all those awful things of why you can't be successful in a business like this. So we're going to do an activity in the chat. I want you to write down and share with us some limiting beliefs that you think about. Be open and honest with us, be vulnerable, and I'll share some examples. Currently in my life, one of my limiting beliefs is I have 2 kids under the age of 3. I have 2 kids in diapers that are home with me most of the time. So it's like, oh, I can't get on that Zoom because my kid's going to be loud, or I can't host my Monday night team Zoom if my husband's out of town because I got these 2 kids. Or I don't know, we have this activity going on the weekends, or whatever the belief that comes to my mind as to why I can't be involved. I have to recognize that and shift it to no, that is why I need to be on the Zoom. That is why I need to do a call. That is why I have to send one more message when it's time to do bath time and bedtime and all that stuff going on at night, or the morning when it's crazy, when all of our work with me's are right at the same time. I'm getting them ready, getting them breakfast, changing their clothes. Like I'm still listening in on those work with me's. Even if I can't do the activities at that time, I got it on so I can hear what they're doing. So that way I can do it whenever I can throughout the day. Some other limiting beliefs was when I first started this 5 years ago, I was a teacher. Thank you guys. I appreciate you being vulnerable and putting it in here. I was a teacher and I taught 3rd grade. I was a Sunday school teacher on the weekends. I was a cheerleading coach. We were planning a wedding. We were trying to buy a house. Like I had so much going on in my life that I'm like, I can't add one more thing to my plate. But I'm like, no, I'm broke and tired. That is why I need to do this. So I took those limiting beliefs and those reasons why, and I turned that why I could not, I turned it into why I could. So some of you might have full-time jobs. I know I'm probably preaching the choir right now because you're on right now, but you might be at work doing this. I have been there. I have had an earphone in my ear as I was grading papers or, planning or something. So I understand. It might be, I'm not tech savvy. I don't know social media. That's not my lingo. I don't know how to do that. I want to tell you that whatever that limiting belief is, you wrote it down and now it's gone. You put it out in the universe and you got rid of it. It is not coming back to you. It might, but I want you to at least recognize it and be like, no, I'm done with you. Write it on a piece of paper and set it on fire. Get rid of those limiting beliefs or write them all down on a piece of paper and set them on fire. Throw them in the fire when it's warm and you got one burning. Get rid of them. Because I found this at Hobby Lobby. Ooh, which way is it? This way? You can't see it. It's too far. But it says everything is figure outable. If you know Marie Forleo, I love her. Love that book. Everything is figure outable. Those limiting beliefs that you feel like are going to pop into your head, probably as I'm about to go to the next topic, they're going to come up in your head right now. I want you to be like, no, I'm going to figure it out because I can. And everything is going to be okay. It might be, I don't know how to talk to people. I'm afraid to talk to people. I'm introverted. I'm afraid of what they're going to say. I don't know, whatever these beliefs that are probably going to come up in the next 20 minutes, I want you to recognize them and I want you to get them out. Get them somewhere else out of your head. Okay? All right. What else? Let's move on to growing your network. I want to talk about growing your network. Who in here has had the limiting belief of, I've ran out of people to talk to? Yeah, I know. I think when I started, I might have had like 300 to 500 people on Facebook. Like I knew some people in the past, but I was afraid to talk to some of them. And then I seriously messaged A to Z on my Facebook friends list, every single person. And then I'm like, okay, now what? And that is when I'm like, all right, I better find more people. Then I'm like, okay, well, who's not on my friends list that I work with? Who can I talk to there? Who is in my networks that I don't have on Facebook? Maybe who's in my phone contacts. You guys, you have contacts in your phone. When you got your phone from AT&T, maybe if it transferred over, but at one point, you didn't have those contacts in your phone. You met that person somewhere, right? Your email contacts, I know Paul says this, there's people that you get emails from. Are they aware of what you do from your email? I know we think he's crazy when he talks about that email signature, but I'm telling you, I have had people like, what is that picture of you in a car and things in your hand? Like, what do you do? You have to find ways for your network to be aware of what you do, and find a way to do it without being like super spammy and crazy, which I was in the beginning, but whatever, it worked. My voicemail is, sorry, I can't get to the phone right now. I'm either with my kids or changing a life through the Thrive experience. I hope you have a blessed day. Something like that. Like I mentioned Thrive in my voicemail. And then they're like, oh my God, your voicemail's the cutest. You're so happy. What's this Thrive thing? You'll have to tell me about it. Like I've had, I don't know, like doctor's offices and stuff. People from there ask me about my voicemail. On my car, I've got a sticker, and it's not, I told Paul, but it's not from the gear store. I've had it forever. And it's like sparkly because that's why I'm extra. And it's all different colors, and it says Thrive, and it's like in the shape of a DFT. I can't tell you how many comments lately I've gotten on my car, like, what is that thing on your car? And it matches the square on your arm. Like, what? At my kid's school, I'm building my network. And not everybody moves or has to move. It's just part of my life. But we've moved to a whole new city. They're starting a whole new school. I'm meeting parents from there, teachers from there. I'm just making ways for people to get an idea of what I do. I can't tell you how many moms are like, okay, I haven't wanted to ask you, but what's on your arm? I've had them just in my neighborhood. I want you to think about your neighborhood. Are you a part of, first off, Facebook groups for your neighborhood? I know we have next door, but we also have a neighborhood here that's pretty close, tight knit. And I've not mentioned Thrive in them at all. I just want to meet my neighbors because I'm new. Are you finding ways to set up play dates if you have kids? Or do they do activities? Like this neighborhood does, when it's not crazy COVID, they do bunko night. They do wine tasting nights. They do guys night out. They do fitness stuff together. They have mommy play dates. They do walking groups. They've got so much going on that is, then I think there's like 3,000 people in this neighborhood. Like that's a whole new group. And what's crazy, y'all probably know Lynn Lear. She lives across the street from me. Like, there's a 200K that's within walking distance. But there's people in my neighborhood that have no idea what Thrive is. So it just shows me that I'm never going to run out of people. How many billions of people are on Facebook? Like, how many billions of people are in the world? How many other social platforms are they on that they're not on Facebook? And if you're not social, don't tell yourself you're not social. Yes, you are. It's figure outable. You can be social. I just got Parlor, which is like, I don't know how this is going to go, but that's a whole different group of people that I can talk to. Have fun with it. You can meet people everywhere. And I call it the everywhere you go approach, because that's just how I add people to my network. In that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the 2 of the connections, I am constantly looking and listening for people I can talk to. Listening is a big factor too. Like when you're out and about and you hear someone complaining about their knees, you hear someone complaining about not sleeping, or you can tell that mom is stressed out, her kids are driving her nuts. Like, I just relate to them like, oh girl, I get it. I got 2 under the age of 3, both in diapers. Like, woo. I have a shirt that says, y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here from mom. And like, I just relate to them. I'm like, I get it. And I'm like, I don't know if you've ever heard about Thrive, but this little sticker here, like just helps me keep up with them and helps me not lose my mind on my children. I look for ways to talk to every single person around me. Now, I bet the limiting belief was like, oh, I don't know how to talk to people in public. They're strangers. Like, what? I understand that too. I was so scared to talk to people. You guys, I've never wanted to call and order pizza on the phone because I'm like, I don't want to talk to that person. I don't even want to order the pizza. What if I mess up? What if I say something wrong? Like, I remember being at McDonald's in college and I needed more ketchup and I didn't even want to go ask the girl for more ketchup. Like, oh my gosh, that's how shy I was. And so I knew I had to force myself outside my comfort zone and learn how to talk to people, because no matter what we do in life, it's a world with other human beings in it. You have to know how to interact with others. And I'm pretty sure it was yesterday in this GoPro challenge, they had people go do like snow angels in public. And I'm watching all these videos. And I'm like, I missed yesterday. I was so mad, but I was like, oh my God, what did I miss? Because these people are forcing themselves to go outside their comfort zone. And one guy that's so good about talking on this is Fraser Brooks. And he would he's like a tall, skinny dude from England with an accent. So fun. He would wear like the brightest, most neon flower backpack through the airport. He's like, I would travel at least 100 times a year. And I'd force myself to wear this girly little backpack so people looked at me. So I learned how to handle the attention, just like going outside his comfort zone and laughing about it. And so he's like, I'm pretty sure he told people to go make snow angels in public, and they're doing it like at the grocery store. Now, I don't know if we need to be that extreme, but find ways to go outside your comfort zone and start talking to people. When I was in college, I guess it was a problem of mine. It was an area of where I wanted to work. And so I did this internship and I sold books door to door. Like in the summer, I would go knock on doors and I would sell kids books, like talk about, scary. Like we talked from all different types of people, different demographics, low income, high income, in between, country, city, all the types of people. I did it for 4 years because I knew I had to get better at talking to people. No matter what I did in life, I was going to have to sell something, whether it was a product, a service, or it was an idea, or it was myself. No matter what, we are selling ourselves. As a teacher, I had to sell myself that I was a person in charge to those 8-year-olds, in my household. I'm in charge of these little human beings. So no matter what we do, we have to have the ability to communicate. And whether that's online or that's in person, wherever you go, whatever you're involved in, talking to people and adding people to your network. I just genuinely now have a love of wanting to know what people are like. Like, I want to know their story. I want to know where they came from. I want to know what gets them excited. I want to know what holds them back. I'm just interested in people. And so when I come from a place of just wanting to know about them and really just building a friendship, I don't know if you guys have ever done the color wheel. I'm a blue now. I love fun. I love people. I want to know them. And so when I come from a place of genuinely wanting to know someone, it's not like Thrive is my agenda. My agenda is getting to know who Kelly is, My agenda is getting to know who Wendy is. Like, I want to know who you are. And then the thrive will come later. And then they'll start to ask you about it. So another thing, let's go to online for a minute. When you're online, now I know so many people say, join the groups, join the groups. So I went through a time where I'm like, let me join all the groups. So I have all these people to talk to. So I joined the cat groups because I got a cat and I love my cat. I am a cat lady. And what else did I join? The Weimaraner group, because I also have a dog. I joined moms groups, moms with tattoos. I don't know. I got a couple of those. I joined networking groups. I joined all the groups. So, think about things that are like you can go and join all the groups, but you do have to get to a point where you're intentional in the groups. So then maybe just take one that you focus on and be active in that group. Post, ask people's opinions. Like, ask them if it is a cat thing, what cat food does your cat really like? I don't know. It's so random. I won't go to the cat trail, but one that I really focus on is a mom's networking group. Like, that's been my niche lately. In the last couple of years, because I have kids now, these are other business owners. They're other like-minded entrepreneurs. They're also moms, so they are managing a business and kids and being a wife and whatever else is going on in their life. And so we could just relate at this point in time in my life. And so I got so involved with that I became a board member of this networking group. And then when I moved down to San Antonio from Dallas, I opened up the San Antonio chapter of this group. So now, not only am I involved in the group, I'm a leader. And these people are seeing me as somebody, I don't say with authority, like I don't boss people around, but I am being the leader. And when you are the leader in whatever it is you do, people are going to look up to you. And then they're going to be like, so what do you do outside of this? And if you can lead in a group like that, they know you're going to be able to lead in a business like this and lead a team and be there for them. And so I know limiting belief, oh my God, I have so much going on. I can't add anything else to my plate. But I bet you can find something you're already doing that you could just be an extra leader in. Are your kids involved in sports? Be the team mom for a week, I don't want to put PTA on y'all because I was involved in the PTA and that's a lot. But if that's your thing, right? I don't know. I put myself in leadership positions to gain those skills. And I was talking to my husband about that. Kind of all through life we did that, just being involved in National Honor Society, being a cheerleader on the lacrosse team, and then going into college, volunteering. And then out of college, when I was a teacher, I joined the PTA and I was like hospitality chair, and then signed up for all the things. So I kind of like to challenge myself in a way to be the leader, but being the leader, I have gained a group of people that are now following me. And I will say that it takes time. Don't expect to just grow your network 500 people in the next week. Like, if you go mass, add all these people, because I did hear from a leader once, like they add 200 new people a day on Facebook, like, friends you should know and all those people, like 200 people a day. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm overwhelmed already. Like, I have anxiety just thinking about that's too many. So break it up. And over time, you're going to get these people to follow you, to be added to your network. Maybe go look for a couple of those a day. Like, you don't have to go add 200 a day. Like, don't overwhelm yourself because you're going to get burnt out. So break it up in chunks. And if you're adding those people on social media, be a person to them and not a walking billboard. Like, yes, there's Thrive on my page. Yes, there's pictures of it all over. But that is, like I said, not my agenda when I'm meeting new people and growing my network. I just want to know about them. Like in the neighborhood, there's a lady who does yoga. So she's already into health, right? Like, I'm just adding her. I'm getting to know about her. Like, where do you teach yoga at? Like, what are the times? How can I get involved? That kind of stuff. I know there's a girl in another company, like high up in another company in the neighborhood. Just added her on Facebook. Am I trying to recruit her? No, I just want to know her, and I want to be around people who have a mindset like me. What else? I'm like my most recent people, because my PPA has been pretty good lately. Like, it's peaks and valleys, y'all. We don't know, but it's been good lately. And the most of my people lately have been those that I've met in my mom's networking group like 3 years ago. 3 years, you guys, years, like not months, not weeks, not days, not hours, years. So it has been relationships that I have built with them for a long time. And I have proven to them that I'm not out for a sale. I've proven to them that I care about them, right? My most recent person that got a sample and she's going to order today, her and her husband is a neighbor of mine, and it was a topic. I know she's not on here, but it's a good point, because she said, hey, I was hesitant because I don't want it to come in between me and you and our friendship. I've done things like this before and it didn't work out, and then we weren't friends, and that's not what I want. Like, I want to be your friend, right? And I'm like, girl, I don't, like, my personality is, it's cool. Like, you do it, great, let's do it. And if heaven forbid you fall off and it doesn't work out for you, it's okay. I'm still going to be your friend. So people want that. They want to know that you're there for them. You're not there for a trip qualification, for PV, for whatever. They don't really even know that kind of stuff, but you do. And so when you come to that relationship with, I want to help this person, they read right through that. And it's going to take time. So you have to be dedicated and committed to the network marketing industry. We call it network for a reason, right? It's work. And you just got to be looking for those people you can connect with everywhere without being like a gnat. Is that bad? That sounds so bad. But they know I'm a thriver, guys. Like, look, when I stop my video here, it's me. I don't even have to say anything about Thrive. Paul made me change it. I mean, it's always been me and Thrive, but Paul's like, be in front of your cars with the product. So here I am, right? And if I'm on a Zoom with anything else and I have to stop my video, they're seeing me. What else did I put? Hosting events. Now, they can be in person, not in person, whatever. We have a store here. It's like a little mercantile thing, and I got a little booth only because I have so much stuff that I could sell, like kids stuff, designer stuff. I'm like, I'm not giving that away at a garage sale or at Goodwill. Like, I'm too cheap. I'm gonna make my money back. So I got my little store, and guess what I have in there? My Thrive, right? And guess what I've sold the most of? My Thrive samples. And so I'm learning on how to get their names and all their information, because it's just, I'm not there all the time, but it's just another way for me to get out there. We did an event, a vendor event, a sip and shop kind of thing. And look what I gave out. They're like, okay, we need individually packaged things for us to give at our vendor event. So here I am with my popcorn that I use my credits to order, put my business card, and they're like, oh my God, this stuff is good. I know, right? Isn't it so good? It's the healthiest little snack. It's got flax seeds, chia seeds in there. It's like perfect for on the go. They got my information. Halloween, we did a trunk or treat. And guess what I did? I'm not saying go spend all your money, but whatever. If you have credits and stuff, be smart. So I had Activate, stapled my card to the Activate. Here, kids, here's some candy for you. Here, mom, here's some energy for you. Do you know how many people told me, oh my God, what a genius idea. Like, they're like, oh my God, that's so smart. Like, yeah, I have to find a way to meet my people. So anything you can do, if it's an online vendor event, the holidays are coming up, be the leader, host an online event. Hosting the online event, I've gotten 7 of my girlfriends in other companies, not competing. And we each are taking a day. We're doing a week-long online event. We're inviting our networks. I got my people, they got their people that I don't know. And there's 7 of us dumping our friends who want to support their friends, a local business, whatever. Put a post on your Facebook. Go check out my Facebook page. And I posted something like that, like, hey, I want to support my small business friends. Share with me what you got going on. And now I have 68 comments of people that are business owners and do other things that I can help support, plus build a relationship with. And now I got 68 new people, because like half of them, like, I don't even remember who you are. Like, I don't even know how we became friends. I forgot. It's so bad. But with 4,700 friends, you're like, kind of forget. And so now I'm doing this online event. We each get a day to share about our product. We're going to go live, whatever they want to do, share about this and that. Like, we got lotion. Like, that's the easiest thing to talk about. Holidays are coming up, Christmas gifts. Go to the dollar store, get yourself a cute little like bucket. Or last year I did there are these little coffee mugs, and they had warm slippers or socks. They're cutest little leopard socks. They're so comfortable. I put the lotion in there, wrapped it with the stock, put a little straw, and it looked like a drink. And it was my lotion in there. And I think I put that on the vendor event for, I don't know how much that cost me, like $25. Or you could do it as teacher gifts, best teacher gifts, nurse gifts. Everybody needs lotion right now with the dry season coming up. We're all washing our hands. We've got that sanitizer that's like drying them out. So just think about how can you be cute and fun and meet people and get your name out there. So you can do it in person if you have in-person stuff. Like, our weather has been so good here. It's been like in the 70s. And so there's these like cute little markets, and people are getting tables and stuff. Like, I could totally be a part of one of those. Don't spend too much. I wouldn't spend more than like $50 on getting a table with an event. But I mean, you could do that. And I'm not saying do all the things, but just ideas of ways to just get your name out there. And this is my community, and I'm learning who they are, and I'm meeting them, and I'm adding them to my network, and really hosting part of my mom's networking group is another way for me to talk to them. I'm like, hey, I run a mom's networking group. We love to help each other out. Like, here's our card on that. Like, let me just get you added to the group. And it's just a foot in the door for them to meet me and my supportive mom team, you know? And so I think that's all I had. Look, I still got 2 minutes left.
You're doing great. I'm reading the chat.
Oh, yeah.
So, Kristen, till today, like, everybody needs, guys, they just launched this promo. Everybody needs 10 free accounts. The QV, PV, PPA, whatever, that'll come. But probably the easiest thing to do right now is to get the 10 free accounts. You just got to get 10 free accounts. So like, I just messaged my promoters, and I was like, hey, let's get that done first. And then let's worry about what is a message that you're sending to get those 10 free accounts? Because I've gotten 2 today already, and I just started. So
yeah, and really just having all these people in the works all along and building a relationship. I'm getting to the point where I can ask for something. You know, it's like a bank account. You deposit so many, so that when we get take a withdrawal, like, it's not that bad. Can't do that right away. But there are some people. So like, I'm in a message right now with my friend Kelly. That's why I said her name before. Her kids go to my kid's school. Never mentioned Thrive to her whatsoever. And I'm like, hey girl, you have a favor to ask. I'm in a challenge to help just create some profiles for my company. Do you mind if I set you up one? What's your email? She knows I Thrive. She's seen it. Like, she knows. She sees my car every day at the school. Like, she knows. So, and what's the worst that's going to happen? She says no. Okay, cool.
I think